Alright everybody, hello and welcome. As always, I am Sean. This is In The Mix and we're already up to episode 5. Our first week is complete at the helm of Isle of Man. The response has been fantastic, guys. It's been a really long week, as most weeks are when you like kind of building up to Christmas and everything again, but I've managed to power myself through knowing that I get to come home and play this save and that it's been so well supported and so well liked. So thank you to everyone that's even watched a minute, people that have subscribed, gotten involved on Twitter, whatever you've done, thanks a tremendous amount. I appreciate it. And of course, a massive episode today because we bring an end to our first season. We might as well jump straight into the game. Finishing top as champions. If you haven't watched episode 4, you kind of already know. But nevertheless, an excellent season, 34 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss in our 37 games played. We're going to play our last game of the season, and then I think we might go through and do some of the stats and star performers for the year ahead. Now, as far as the league table is concerned, Nelson have secured promotion in second spot behind us. So Emily, who we're going to play today, don't really have anything to play for other than pride. We, of course, want to go through with as big a record as we can and hopefully get to 107 points as a season and club record. And this is the lineup that we're going to go with, which has gotten us through so well this seasion. Biddle in goal, Cook and Aziakone as a central defensive partnership. Thorne will come in at left back. He is filling injury to suspensions, injuries and stuff that were picked up towards the end of the season. And Booty's going to play at right back. He cannot play this position. He's not got any idea what he's doing. But we're just going to try and get through the last game of the season. I'm not particularly worried about the result, but it would be really great to have a win to finish the season. Raymond and Hall anchor midfield as they have all season. Masamba on the left wing, Ure on the right, who has been absolutely fantastic. Thompson up front as our deep line forward. He is our leading scorer for the season. And Charlie Ball alongside him, who funnily enough has the highest average rating of the season as well. They're playing a flat 4-3-3, or not a flat 4-3-3, 4-3-3 with an anchor man in midfield. We're just going to passionately tell everybody, give the fans the performance they're expecting of us. We've had a great season. We would like to finish in as positive a manner as possible, even though we're away from home. And so far, I think we've had like 1 and 2 travelling fans to each of our games. It would still be good to put on a performance for that one person and their dad and whoever else. Early highlight here. Thompson releases ball. He's going to play it out to Hall. Sends Ure into the corner. Cut back by Dixon Blair, who then clears up the line. Aziakone should recover and can play it into midfield. Looks longer towards ball now, gets into the box. Can he square it up? Ure with the ball to Thompson, and it's a 37th goal of the season for Joe Thompson. He is prolific at this level. If he gets one more, he'll have 38 goals in 38 league games, which is a phenomenal return for him. Good run here from ball up. Well found by Aziakone as well. Hangs the ball up there. Ure gets the header back across, and we go a goal to the good in the first half. Very early in the first half too. We've scored quite a bit in the opening 10-15 minutes of games. We always start very well, which I think is down to our good fitness levels. We've got to throw in here. Hall with the crossfield switch towards Masamba. Can he get the ball back across? McFadden gets it away, only as far as Raymond. Switches out to Mbudi. Plays it forward immediately to Ure. Touch is excellent, and just the finish was lacking there, but everything in that lead-up play was quite good. As things currently stand, this 1-goal lead would see AFC Emily drop to 3rd position and AFC Liverpool leapfrog them on the last day. It's another highlight here. Hall wins the header to Raymond. Over to Masamba, looks for that ball, overlapping run. He's got a man in the middle if he can square it up. Cuts it back towards Thompson. It's headed away, and then someone hits the deck. I think it was Milo Hall, and we've got ourselves a penalty, which Ball is going to take to add to his tally for the season. Sends the keeper the wrong direction. We go 2 goals up on 28 minutes. 35th goal of the season for Charlie Ball. He has very much snuck up on Thompson up top. And definitely those two players that I think we'll look to hold on to for next season as well. Good finish from the penalty spot. Couldn't really ask any more from the player. First throw-in for AFC Emily here. We have recovered the ball though from the throw-in. Masamba's got acres of space. Draws the central defender across. Hangs the ball towards ball front stick. It's cleared away. Sykes now gets it away to Gibbon. Just stand him up. Don't do anything silly. Booty wins the ball back high up the pitch. Ure skips past his man. Can he find the right ball in the box? Shut down by the defender. And Booty with the follow-up. Header from Sykes nearly into his own goal. And the AFC Emily goalkeeper concedes a corner. Ball towards Thompson, finds ball. He's going to be offside in that build-up just from when that header from Thompson came back in. But all very encouraging signs. We've been all over them as far as highlights are concerned. 33 minutes played. We're going to use our demand more shout just to give everyone some focus through to half-time. Gibbon with a deep free kick. Aziakone does well. Releases Masamba, who's excellent on the counter-attack. Bursting past men here. Gets into a wide area and then strikes from distance. Again, I thought that was something that was supposed to have been patched in the most recent update, but we still see it happen quite a bit. But we are playing very aggressive wingers in that high shape. All right, half time. 5 shots, 1 on target, 43% of the ball for AFC Emily. We have 2-0 up, of course, and 18 shots, 10 on target, 57% possession. No need to do anything other than tell everyone, very pleased with the performance. Might as well keep it going and see if we can kind of rack up a few more goals to add our goal difference for the year. Ure now with a wide free kick on 50 minutes. Hangs it back stick, and Thompson with his second goal of the game, 38th goal of the season. Simeon Ure, it'll be interesting to see his stats and what sort of assists he's got. He does it from the dead ball, he does it from corners, he does it in open play. An excellent player. Great ball in, and Thompson just nods that one home, far post. Keeper maybe could have done better with their positioning. Defending was poor. We've got an immediate highlight here as well. Long ball forward from Harrison. Thorne will tidy up to Raymond at the base of midfield. Long one forward looking for Thompson, but Sykes wins the header. Ball in behind for Jerome. Well done to Cook, who plays it back to Biddle. Highlight continues. Long ball forward towards Thompson in midfield. He's probably our best player out of the air. Masamba skips past a couple of challenges and steps inside. Looks for the chip, and it's just over the crossbar. Highlight here. Ball's pinballing around, but Thompson recovers in midfield. Ure can switch out to the left-hand side. Plays back to Cook, who finds an excellent ball for Masamba now. Just slow up. He's a right-footed player, so he tends to naturally gravitate towards inside, when in reality, if he went around the byline and then found the cut back, he would have so many more assists. So highlight here, we'll let it play out before we look at subs. Long ball forward towards Thompson, who brings it down very well. Out wide now to Ure. Skips past 1, 2, plays the ball back in for Thompson. He's on for a hat-trick, and he's found the finish, his 39th goal of the season. A phenomenal performance from him. We'll watch this one in 3 dimensions, and then we'll have a look at a couple of subs, just based on form, fitness, and whatever else. Lovely play here from Ure. Steps inside the defender, and then just gets his head up, waits a lovely little ball on his wrong foot, the left one, and Thompson takes it wide. The keeps angles are horrific, and he pokes that one home at the near post. All right, we're going to go with 3 subs. We're going to take off Jaden Thorne, Masamba on the left wing, and Thompson up top now that he's got his hat-trick. Bring on Ben Mills as a bit of a farewell performance for him. We'll go through some of the players that we're going to keep and release. Connor Russo on the left wing and Kieran Applin at left back. Kieran Applin's been probably one of the better players we've had this season. He's just working his way back from a knock, so we didn't rush him into the starting lineup. 30 minutes remain. We're going to use our Get Creative shout as well. Good old faithful Get Creative after an hour. Always seems to work well. Crossfield switch recovered by Applin. Back to Raymond. Long ball forward towards Mills. Wins the header. Flicked out wide to Russo. Plays ball in behind. Can he get his second goal? Falls to Mills at the top of the box. It's a good strike. Hits the inside of the bar, and then Sykes puts it out for a corner. So good impact from the 2 substitutes on the left-hand side there. Ure's going to take the resulting corner. Goes straight in instead of playing it short, which is our instruction at the moment. Corner again. Ure to take back post. Azikoni's in the area. Cook with the header. It's pinballing around. Falls to Cook. Out to Ure now. Looks back stick. Ball is in the area. Cuts it back to Azikoni. Hangs one up back stick. Mills with a poor header just over the crossbar. Not just over the crossbar. It was well and truly over the crossbar. It was nowhere near it at all. Into the last 10, we'll use our demand more shout. Just focus everyone through to the final whistle. If we can add a goal on here in this highlight, it'd be great. Ure with the ball back post. Russo with the header and just wide. Highlight starting with some Emily possession here. Deep ball across towards Bramley, and Booty gets it away. And Dixon Blair with a great strike. Hits the inside of the post, and then Cook hooks the ball away. 93 minutes go on, and the referee calls full time. 4-0, a great performance on the last day of the season. Joe Thompson and Charlie Ball, the 2 forwards, getting amongst the goals. Thompson with a hat-trick. They had 7 shots, 2 on target, 48% of the ball. We've got 29, 12, and 52%. Got a very basic tactic, but it seems to be working really effectively in transition points. We'll go through that a little bit in a moment. Assertively, good win, boys. Well done. No need to complicate it any further than that. I've got 2 achievements, Unstoppable Force and Iron Curtain. I think that means we've been the highest scoring team in the division, and also Iron Curtain with the best defensive record. The man meet expectations in a dominant win. Joe Thompson, of course, with his hat-trick, getting the Man of the Match award. We'll praise him as well. Superb in front of goal last time. Well done. And we're going to get 5k for finishing in first place in the division this season, which is massive. Our finances haven't been bad, but don't forget we are on amateur contracts, which means we're not paying any players any money. We do want to get to semi-professional as quickly as we can, but we need a few more sponsorships, a bit more regular revenue to come in to actually get into profit so that we can start paying players. And that's kind of reflected in what you see here with we start with decent finances from, I think, all of our sponsorships that come through at the start of the season. And then throughout the actual playing season, we dip in and out of debt just based on our expenditure. So I did mention a moment ago, just briefly, this is just a review of the tactic itself. It's working really well. I think we're playing quite a high aggressive line, which means we're stopping a lot of balls from coming over the top in the first place. But even when they do, having that covering central defender is helping us quite a bit. We have conceded frustrating goals at various times throughout the course of the season, but otherwise been really happy with how the positive tactic has gone. The cautious one, I'm not entirely sure on yet. I don't think we've played anyone that high above us in the division because our FAV's run was so short, where we've really tested it out against better opposition. Using it against teams in our division just doesn't seem to work that well because they don't try and play the ball that much. And our attacking one, super aggressive, just probably a more hyper-aggressive version of the positive structure with a few more attacking duties, a bit more direct passing, and a bit higher defensive line to try and force the issue a little bit more when we're chasing a goal. Thankfully, we haven't had to use it that much. We've pretty much just kind of walked past teams with our default structure here. So working really well at a level 10 level. It'll be interesting to see if we need to change and adapt it as we get higher in the divisions. Competition review, of course, in the end, 35 wins, 2 draws, and just the 1 defeat against St. Helens. Plus 121 goal difference, 107 points from 114 that were on offer. In the league itself, Joe Thompson finished with the highest goal scored at 39. Highest average rating went to his strike partner, Charlie Ball, with an 8.26. And most assists for FC Isle of Man, Simeon Ure. You can't actually see it. I've just realised these are all behind my head. So we'll go through them a little bit in a moment. In fact, let's do it right now. So as far as the divisional player stats have gone, everything's pretty good as far as we're concerned. Thompson and Charlie Ball amongst the top goal scorers, 39 and 35 goals respectively. Connor Comer from Atherton also scored 35 goals in 38 appearances. A fantastic season for him. Any other year, probably enough to get him the highest scorer in the division, but just unlucky to be in the division the same year we have been. Best at hitting the target, Charlie Ball and Simeon Ure as the 2 best shot takers that we have in the team. Most assists, Simeon Ure with 29. Masama on the left wing for us, 19 assists. Milo Hall from deep in midfield also had 12. And Charlie Ball up top had 10. All players that you'd expect to see in the side next season. Key passes, we are destroying it for the division. Milo Hall as the leading in the league, 97. Masama with 94. Ure with 79. Homie Raymond with 78. And Mohamed Diallo, the right back, with 63. Not forgetting, all these players were free transfers. We didn't have any players at the start of the save. We brought everybody that you see in these lists in and is available as a free transfer. So if you're doing your own level 10 save, have a look at some of these names. See if you can grab them at the start of your own save. Drew balls, both Ure and Masamba in the top 4. Brandon Studholme from backup looks okay. Mitchell Colshaw, who's only 18. We might actually keep an eye on him ourselves. So we'll add him to the shortlist, see if he wants to come across. It looks like he's got decent versatility, can play on both sides. Distance run, Milo Hall in the top 5 as one of our central midfielders. Tackles a game, we don't have anyone involved in that, mainly because we keep the ball so well, I think. Most key tackles, Pascal Chimbonda from Ashton Town, right up there. Kieran Applin has 8 key tackles for the season as well. Most clean sheets, Bobby Biddle streaks ahead of everybody else in the division, 23 clean sheets, and the least goals conceded in the season with 23. Backup had a record of 29. Second best in the division. And let's go and have a look at some more of the defensive stats because I think that's where we probably need a little bit of improvement. Defending, James Cook, even though we only brought him in January, we only conceded 13 goals with him in the side. He's been excellent for us. Tackles again, we already looked at. Mistakes leading to a goal. Only Azzy Konu, Biddle and Applin made mistakes that directly led to goals being conceded. Key headers, Joe Thompson had 123, the big target man up top. We're using him as a deep line forward, but he still seems to get a lot of ball out of the air. Interceptions, Azzy Konu reads the game quite well, gets 111 for the season. James Cook with 9 shots blocked, considering he only played 6 months, is very impressive. If you look at some of the team stats, we had second most average possession with 52, which is interesting given that we don't really have any shorter passing options on. We took 10 penalties and scored 8 of them. 7th most in terms of headers won, but we don't play that much out of the air, so I guess that makes sense. Yellow cards, we finished 3rd on exactly 100. Red cards, we were right down the bottom with 1 for the season. Our forms finished the year, 5 straight wins, an excellent response, and 3rd best in the division. Home form, we had the best in the league. Away form, 2nd best in the league, though we did just beat Emily on the last day of the season, so I'm not sure if that result hasn't actually gone in yet. 13 wins in a row, 38 games in a row with scoring, which is a phenomenal run. 144 goals, most in the division. 82 scored by AFC Blackpool was the nearest. So quick math, 62 goals more than this nearest team to us. Cross completion highest in the league. Crosses completed 522, 133 more than Nelson in second spot. 16 goals from corners using our short corner routine. And 352 chances created, more than double that of Nelson with their 164. So we created a tremendous amount, getting forward as quickly as humanly possible. Let's go and have a look at some of the individuals here. We might move from our display setting to our stats setting. Appearances, Joe Thompson, Bobby Biddle played every league game for us this season. Masamba played in every game. There was one that he came off the bench in. Milo Hall also 37 appearances. Goals, we already spoke about Thompson, Ball and Ure getting involved with it, but Masamba also had 11. McClellan as a backup striker had 8. Milo Hall chipped in with 8 from deep in midfield. Kieran Applin had 2. James Cook had 2 as far as the defenders are concerned. And a good response from all of them. As far as assists go, we've got 4 players in double figures. Simeon Ure, Masamba, our 2 wingers, Milo Hall from deep and Charlie Ball, all in the top 10 of the division. Interestingly, James Cook, long balls forward, chipped in with 5 assists of his own. Azzy Konu with 3 as the other centre-back. Player of the Match awards, very interesting. Quite a few players splitting the difference. Simeon Ure with 8 was the most in the team. Joe Thompson with 7 and Charlie Ball with 7 as well. Milo Hall chipped in with 4 of his own. And Masamba, Applin and Diallo getting 2 apiece as well. Pass completion, best passer in the team is Ben Mills, who we used mostly as a poacher up top. Still a very good player. Have a look at him as well for your own saves. He's just been unlucky that Charlie Ball's been so effective when he's played the game. McClellan and Ball also amongst the pass winners as well. Tackles against 2 fullbacks, as you'd kind of expect. Jaden Thorne as the third place there, as well as a backup fullback. Dahomey Raymond playing as our deep line playmaker also chips in with a few tackles a game, which is good to see. And then dribbles, it's pretty much dominated by the wingers up front. There aren't many other players that go with that. Yellow card magnets, Diallo with 19 for the season, an absolute magnet of those. Raymond picking up 13, Kieran Applin and Azzy Konu 11 apiece as well. And the only one red card that we had, Elliot Richards in his 1 appearance. Ex-Everton Junior needs to work on that aggression. Came on, made his debut, got sent off in the same match. Now, football can be a bit of a cold business, and we're going to be a little bit cold as well. Basically, anyone that's not 5-star ability, I think we're probably going to look to push on. Maybe I'll be a bit more lenient and do 4.5 star. So it means Jaden Thorne, Dahomey Raymond, Bobby Biddle, and Debert Masamba, Kane McGoey, our backup goalkeeper, and Connor Russo will all move on. We might also try and get rid of Mbuti and Willits because they've got bids against them. And the other thing we're going to have to kind of keep an eye on is that these guys that are 20, turning 21, they're not going to have that higher level of potential for much longer. But the end of season 1's always a great time because so many teams in higher divisions release all their junior players and you can bring them in on amateur contracts and part-time contracts if we have that happen during the off-season. And there's a whole bunch of other players that we could potentially bring in. So maybe I will be a bit of a dick and start to get rid of everyone that's not 5-star potential. And we'll look to try and bring in some more quality. Still keeping like a large group together. I think this is, a whole squad of 11 that will stay, 11 that will go. And one of the big challenges we might face is you can already see here, pretty much every player in the squad is wanted by teams. Some are in higher divisions, some aren't. We've managed to keep a few of those players throughout the course of the season despite them getting offers from other teams in higher divisions. I'm not sure how we're doing that. But I would assume that other teams in higher divisions are going to see how well these guys performed and we're going to want to bring them in on their own. So going to add these boys to the sell or release instruction for the director of football. We're going to move them to the under-23 squad just to kind of get them out of the team a little bit. And then that leaves us in a point where we've got 5 strikers. We definitely don't need 5, but I'm thinking we'll probably keep Thompson, McClellan, maybe Mills and Ball as well, which means Shaquille Winter-Coles, who I don't think actually ever made an appearance for the first team. He'll move on, the ex-Swansea Junior. We're going to need another right midfielder. We're going to need 2 left midfielders. We're going to need a little bit more in the middle to complement Milo Hall. We'll try and bring in 3 central midfielders. We're going to keep James Cook, 21 now, definitely a leader back there. We're going to keep Applin and Diallo, the fullbacks, and we're going to hold on to Elliot Richards to work as kind of a central defender as well. So there's quite a few different spaces that we're going to need to bring people in for, but I think we're definitely going to get a whole bunch of quality moving into the free transfer market from players that have been on youth contracts that are going to get released. So I don't have any massive concerns about the players that we're going to bring in and try and change our structure a little bit. We'll jump forward a couple of days. We'll see if there are any end-of-season awards that we might see dished out in the next week or so. All right, here we go. FC Isle of Man end-of-season awards. Simeon Ure won 34% of the fan player of the season vote. Charlie Ball in second. Judd Thompson in third. That attacking kind of quartet were all very good this season. Teddy Bloor with the goal of the season. Let's check out exactly what it was. Right, at home to Prestwich Hayes, it's a free kick. It's not a bad effort. Maybe the keeper could have done better. But back up right back with a pretty decent strike. Gets himself the goal of the season award. Simeon Ure gets the signing of the season and young player of the season despite only being 19. Definitely one that we'll try and keep hold of for next season. FC Isle of Man season review. We've been expected to struggle for much of the season and find ourselves entrenched at the bottom of the table. We've done very well to actually win the title. They've said our match of the season was the opening day against St Helens, it wasn't that interesting a game, but we'll take it. And our moment to forget also against St Helens, a 2-1 defeat, our only loss for the year. 109% average attendance, only 3% full of the 3,000 capacity at the bowl in Douglas, and 25 players used, which is the highest in the division. Given that most of the clubs don't have full squads, I guess that kind of makes sense a little bit as well. The board would like to hold a meeting in order to discuss potentially turning semi-professional. Let's go for it, and let's say I think it's a great idea. Look forward to the benefits that it will bring. Hopefully that kicks in time for next year. That would be great. Board want to discuss the club's long-term vision and outline their initial expectations. Club culture stuff, play attacking football, play entertaining football. I think we're already doing both. They want us to try and win the league next season as a requirement, which I think is still achievable. I think the first 3 or 4 divisions you should be able to get through back to back to back. Last season with #United in FM19, we did do back to back to back to back. So I think we can try and replicate that again with this FC Isle of Man squad. And then they want us to win promotion to the Regional Premier Division the year after. So they're starting to increase their expectations of how well we're going to do with the current squad that we have. Squad dynamics, nobody is currently influential or a team leader. The dressing room atmosphere is perfect. Managerial support is very good. And we're starting to see things improve a little bit. We've got the worst reputation and the worst qualifications as a coach, but we managed to get beyond that by playing at a lower level. We'll just accept those vision targets, that's fine. And end of season team meeting, let's go and tell everybody. I'm going to say congratulations on winning promotion this season. It's a great achievement, but we have to focus on really pushing on next season. I'm convinced that with the right additions to the squad, we should be aiming to finish in the top 5 league places. Let's passionately do that one. And most have responded positively, which is awesome. So let's just say exactly the sort of reaction I'm after. Everybody with perfect morale to finish off the season. And if we bring in some new faces, we should hopefully be able to start a little bit further ahead than we have this season. Injury report, nothing particularly injury. Ure has had 6 injuries and 4 weeks out. Richards Ball, they've all had a few as well. And the last one, planned professional status change. Very pleased to announce that plans for the club to turn semi-professional are in place. We hope to be able to officially announce this by the 25th of May, 2020, so about 30 days away, which will be awesome. We'll go with semi-professional contracts in the Premier Division. We'll hopefully be able to bring in and secure a couple of players on semi-pro contracts. It might also see us able to improve our staff a little bit as well. So our first step from amateur to semi-professional takes place and is a fantastic way to end the season. I'm not going to harp on it too much. I know that we're episode 5 into what will likely be like 100 episodes in this series, but thank you so much to everybody that has supported the channel and the series so far. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on all our future videos as they continue to be released. You can follow us over on Twitter as well. The link's just on that side there, at @InTheMixer_FM, to be kept up to date with all our interactions within the Football Manager community. And if you want to reach out directly, by all means, let me know. If you've got any feedback, positive or negative, chuck it in the comment section below. Let me know what saves you're doing with Football Manager 2020 and if you're enjoying the game now that we're a couple of months in. But more than anything, thank you so much for watching. As always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the Mixer.